Welcome to the annual general meeting of Brunei Speakers Club. This meeting is important as it will firstly serve as a platform for transparency of activities that have been conducted in the term 2021 until 2022. And secondly, determine who will be members of the executive committee for the term starting 1st of July 2022 until 30th June 2023. The executive committee will set the stage for the club success as we continue to train and develop effective communicators and leaders in a safe learning environment. As such, your full participation is crucial as you all have a say in determining our club's future. Okay, next slide, please. So I guess since we have the member, I will be the person who will be reciting the mission, which is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Thank you. Next slide. Okay, so for this annual general meeting, there are 5 role players. The chairman will be me, and the parliamentarian is Alan Ang, secretary is Lawrence Pao, timer is Jia Ching Hao, and lastly, the ballot counter is Dr. Sofiana Chua. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is the agenda for today's AGM. So we need to call to order for quorum. Since we already have 9 members attending to today's meeting, we already have a quorum because for us to achieve quorum, we need to have 50% of the total members plus 1. We already have 9, so we met the quorum. And next, we're going to have the official bearers report. Previous slide, please. Okay, next we're going to proceed to the official bearers report. We're going to start off with the report from our Sergeant at Arms, Adlan Murshid. Next slide, please.
All right, give me a moment. I'm not able to share my screen.
Okay, let me give you host privilege. Okay, try again.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm just going to give a very brief asset report on the Sergeant at Arms SAA bag. So currently we have some ribbons in there, specifically 25 best table topic ribbons, best evaluator 24, best speaker ribbon 60, halfway to, and I believe all this halfway to competent communicator, most improved, advanced communicator, those are old ribbons that we did not manage to put away. We also have 2 official guest books, one each role player nameplates, one for each role, extension wires 3, and 1 Cornell thermos pot or kettle 1. We also have a visitor's book, which I did not put there, so sorry. As for the pins, we have a few pins. Most of it is from the older generation Toastmaster, which is the advanced leader, silver, bronze, advanced communicator, competent leader, which again, we did not manage to put away. And that is the report for our current assets. Yes, while the others are, so sorry. Again, I do have to apologize. It seems that I've lost my slides, but we do Yeah, so sorry. This is all that we have at the moment. For future SAA, I would suggest to, I'm not sure if we are still going to go with the ribbons, we will have to purchase more of the table topics and best table topics and best evaluator ribbons. And if we want to bring it back, we can also bring back the icebreaker ribbon. Other than that, since during this online session, we are leaning towards certificates. If we are proceeding with certificates, we do not have to go with buying ribbons. That's my personal opinion. And I believe that is it for my report. With that, I'll pass it back to our president. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Adlan, for your SAA report. Now moving on. It will be the treasurer's report. Since Amar is not here, I will be taking over on the presenting the treasurer's report. Next slide. I think you skip a slide. Okay, so I would like to report our revenue this term. So far we have managed to collect around $74 from the guest fee, and from the membership fees, we managed to collect around 3,774.3 cents. In total, our total revenue for this term is $3,848.03. Next slide, please. Okay, so these are our expenses. As you can see, the renewal, I forgot to total it up. And this year also we managed to reimburse Hui Ting's expenses for the FBS, which she spent on term 2019-2020. And finally, we managed to reimburse her in this term 2021 until 2022. And then we also spent $120.60 for the BSC trophy. And lastly, recently we managed to pay for our rental fee to Semio Voctec around $2,160. So far, in total, we are spending around $5,490.97. Next slide. In our bank account, as of today, the total amount that we have is $6,486.41, and the cash in hand that I have in the treasurer's bag is $795.62. In total, we have around $7,282.03. Next slide. Okay, so the balance that we got from the previous treasurer, Shatra, which is $8,672.09. And as mentioned, the total inflow is 3848.03, and the total outflow is 4590.97. As you can see, there is a discrepancy in the calculated balance, which is $7,029. Previously, the actual cash in hand is $7,282. So in theory, we have an excess money of around $200, and I will be trying to recalculate again the income statement or the balance sheet, trying to figure out where did we spend the money. I think that's it for the treasurer's report. And back to the chairman, which is me. Next slide, please. Okay, now we're going to have the secretary's report, which will be presented by Lawrence Powell. Lawrence, it's all yours.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and visiting Toastmasters. So for this term, I have completed these 5 tasks. First of all, I have already updated the BIBD account signatories. Next, I have also submitted the ROS forms to the police headquarters. And then during this term, I have already gathered all the sample role player scripts, and I shared this link with all the new members. So for the new members who haven't got this link, you can approach me after this AGM. I have also taken the minutes for 6 EXCO meetings during this term. You can have a look at the dates there. And during this term, we also had 2 extraordinary general meetings, which took place on 12 October 2021 and 11 of January 2022. So that's all for the report from me as a secretary. Thank you, everyone. Now, let me pass the floor back to the chairman.
Thank you very much, Lawrence, for the secretary report. Next, we shall have the public relation report, which will be presented by our VPPR, Akila Shakifah. The stage all yours.
Thank you, Shahnur, and good afternoon, everyone. So as for this term, we have, before I take over, Wilson was the VPPR for July and December, and then I'll take over from January to the present day. And moving on to the next slide, Lawrence. Shahnur. So these are our social media views. So we have Facebook and Instagram, in which our meetings and everything about the club activity are posted on. So these metrics are just for the reference for the next EXCO members. So let me focus on Instagram. So we have 128 posts and 159 stories. These contents include the TME speech workshops, meeting snippets, contests, public holidays, and interactive quizzes on stories. The engagement that I found most prominent in our social media is the interest to join meeting, especially now that we're going with the online meeting. So a lot of interest to join that, to get the web, to get the links and so forth. Also engagement to the most engaging thing in IG stories are when the viewers answers the questions and so forth, so that retain their interest, I guess. And our most popular posts are on workshops, as seen there on the image that I attached: workshop, prepared speeches, and group photos of the meetings. As to the next slide. So the other things that the VPPR did, and with some help of the EXCO as well, are the our YouTube, where the meeting recaps are posted on, especially for members or Toastmasters only. We have 29 videos uploaded. As for the website and blog, I was informed that we changed our hosting, and the cost was from $203 to $20 per annum for the domain name. So I was informed of that. So I think that's important to state here. And the website and the blog are pending to be updated by the July 2022. We do not, as when I take over, we do not have any offline press release per se. So there's not, everything was done online on our social media pages. To the next slide, please. So the points of improvement for the next members, I think that timeliness is important. I'm guilty of not doing that myself, but it's important, I guess, to schedule ahead to create more impactful posts. So I found, especially in Instagram stories, for example, when you post the stories 24 hours prior, sort of a reminder for the whoever is interested, that's really good to have. And the content, I think that if we to post more educational contents, such as, for example, word of the day, that's that could really benefit the viewer. And consistently posting, doesn't have to post a lot, but at least 1 or 2 per day, I would say, maybe a bit much, but there's where the scheduling comes, and then maintaining the website with new content that's pending. And what's important as well is to liaise with other EXCO members for content. So for example, the VPE for the speech and so forth. Metrics, I think, is important as well to keep track, so to see where we are going forward or in which we should focus on. Next slide, please. So these are the key responsibilities of the VPPR that I obtained from the Toastmaster website. I think I didn't manage to do all of them, but for example, the social media pages, number 2, number 4, right? The club contact that's being kept regularly. So these are some of the guidelines for the future exco to have a look at, to know what are the key responsibilities of the PPPR. And that is all from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kila, for sharing with us your report. Next, we're going to have a membership report, which will be presented by Lawrence Powell.
Good afternoon again, fellow Toastmasters. Now I'm gonna talk about the members. So far, we actually have 32 base members registered on TI. However, there are only 12 of them who actually renewed their membership until September this year. So hopefully the next VPM will try his or her best to attract more members to renew their membership or to attract newcomers. Moving on, I just want to tell you more, give you more information about our meetings. As of now, we have had 31 meetings, including the joint meeting, which took place on 21st December 2021. We also had a BSC club level humorous speech and table topics contest on 2nd of November 2021. We had our Moments of Truth on 9th November 2021. And we also had our club level evaluation and international speech contest on 6th March 2022. I apologize for the typo here. Next, it's about attendance. As you can see, the highlighted ones indicates that the members actually have attended more than 15 meetings. So congratulations to Akila, Charles, Megat, Shanor, Ted, Atlan, Tawana, Wilson, and me. So for the rest of the members, I do encourage you to attend the meetings more frequently, and you will be able to witness improvements as well. But the figures shown here are not very accurate because of the difficulties posed by not having the access to the attendance report on Zoom meeting. I actually just scroll through the role players and I screenshot the participant list during the online meetings. So yeah, this is just for reference. The accuracy might not be 100%, but it actually shows something. Okay, so that's all from me. Back to you, Shano.
Thank you very much, Lawrence, for sharing with us the memberships report. Next, we shall proceed to the education report, which will be delivered by our VPE, Magat Arif.
Again, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters. So I will be delivering the education report for Brunei Speakers Club on the date of 6th July to 30th of March. So between these dates, Brunei Speakers Club had a total of 31 meetings. And our goal, as according to the Toastmasters TI website, we have 6 goals that we have met, 5 distinguished and selected distinguished 7, and presidents distinguished is 9. Can I have the next slides, please? All right, we have 4 members who have accomplished level 1. We have 2 members, Lawrence and Mayan, who have finished level 2. We have 1 member who has completed more than level 2, and we have Adlan, who has completed his level 3, and last but not least, we have Shanor, who have achieved proficiency or level 4 in his pathways. And we do not have any members who has finished a pathway, which is to achieve proficiency or DTM. Next slide, please. And with regards to the Leadership Institute, for Leadership Institute 1, we have achieved 6th, which required is actually 4. And for Leadership Institute 2, we have met our required goals, which is 4. Next slide, please. All right. Now we have a total of 36 speeches throughout from July until 30th of March. We have 8 members who have completed one speech. We have 3 members who have completed 2 speeches. And we have 6 members who have completed 3 speeches. And of course, if you can see there, you know who it is, who has completed 4 speeches. Yay. All right, thank you. Next slide, please. And I'm proud of this session, which as you can see from this slide, because of we are doing it online. I don't know whether this is a record number, but we have a total of 13 non-BSC members who have delivered their speeches in our club. We have we have 2 actually from BASC, we have 1 from UBD, and then the rest is Toastmasters outside Brunei. So in total, for BSC members and non-BSC members, we have a total of 49 speeches. Can I have the next slide, please? All right, and we have 1 workshop which was conducted by Sofiana Chua on the 23rd of November 2021. So this was a workshop to prepare everyone for the upcoming contest. Next slide, please. All right, a few of interesting facts that I'd like to share. We have 2 members level up after 2 to 3 years. We have 2 members attempted a speech for the first time in 1 to 2 years. And 6 out of 49 meetings, we had 3 prepared speeches. Next slide, please. And ladies and gentlemen, we have BSC has conducted the contest, which is the table topics contest on the 2nd of November 2021. We have the evaluation and international speech contest, which was held on the 6th of March 2022. And updates, we have our first runner-up here, Lawrence Pau, for the Area E3 International Speech Contest. No slides. Next slide, please. All right, my analysis and suggestions. My suggestion to the upcoming next Vice President of Education, maybe because of our online meeting, we do not have as much as team meeting that we wish to be. So maybe for a suggestion for the next upcoming VP to have more team meeting. I can see that when we have a team meeting, there were a lot of people participating and a lot of audience coming into our meeting as well. Second, here is to focus on engaging members to take up roles and delivering speeches. And last but not least, to compare for this term and last year's term, they had 3 workshops, but this term we only had 1 workshop. So maybe a suggestion to the VP to meet the numbers, maybe 3 or 4 workshops. This can help more of the current members that we have, to encourage them to to pass the knowledge how to deliver speeches and how to conduct our meetings, also how to give good evaluation. I think that's the end of my slide. And with that, I'll pass back the floor to our chairman, Nur Nizam.
Thank you very much, Magat, for sharing with us your education report. Now, for the next agenda is the election of the new EXCO officers for the term 2022 until 2023. Let me get the script. Here are the rules of this AGM. As per Article 5, Section 1 of the Constitution, a majority of the active individual members must be present at the general meeting for its proceedings to be valid and to constitute as quorum. We have 12 paid members in the club, and the quorum needed is 7. We have, I believe we have 9 members in attendance this afternoon, so we have met the quorum. Election will be by a simple majority vote of the members at the annual general meeting. The parliamentarian for this meeting is Alan Ang, ballot counter is Sofiana Chua, and Jia Cheng Hao will be the person who keeping on the time. All office bearers except the presidents are eligible for re-election for succeeding terms. Queries regarding the proceedings can only be made by voting members of the club. Let me explain the general proceedings of this meeting. I will be reading the job descriptions for each of the EXCO role. After that, I will open the floor for any nominations. Each nomination must be seconded. Each member who seconds the nomination will give a 2-minute speech on the qualification of the nominee after all the nominees have been identified. There will be no timing signal given and once the member reaches 2 minutes, the timer will mute the seconding speeches. Seconding speeches will be given in alphabetical order of the candidates' last names. Then I will ask the nominees to stand and reply if they would accept the position if elected. Regardless of the numbers of candidates for the position, each nominees need to deliver a 2-minute speech on why they should be elected. If there is more than one candidate, the ballot will take place. We will first begin for the position of the president. As the president, as the person who sets the tone for the club, you are expected to provide helpful, supportive leadership for all of the club's activities. You motivate, make peace, and facilitate as required. Strive to show respect for all members, even when you do not agree with them, and provide leadership for all. Stay current on all new development via the leader letter and the announcement published on the Toastmasters website. I now open the floor for any nomination. Any members can also self-nominate themselves. I would like, can the chairman nominate Alan?
Cannot.
Okay.
I'm Lawrence. I would like to nominate Megat.
Lawrence Pau nominate Magat Arif as the president for the term 2022-2023. Anyone who would like to second this nomination? I repeat, is there anyone who would like to second the nomination for Magat?
I would like to second, Akila Shakifah, would like to second Lawrence's nomination of nominating Megat.
Akila Shakifah seconds the nomination of Magat Arif as the president. Is there any more nomination? Is there any more nomination? Since there are no more nominations, may I call for a proposal to close the nomination? Please raise your hand and state your name if you would like to close for the nomination. Please unmute. One of the member can unmute and just say the name. I would like to propose for closing of the nomination.
Adlan would like to
Okay.
propose. Oh,
Alan, just go ahead.
Adlan would like to propose the close for the nomination.
Who seconds the closing of proposal to close the nomination?
I'm Lawrence. I second that.
Wait. Now I would like to ask the second. Now I would like to ask the seconders to give their speeches on the qualification of their respective nominees. Since we only have one nominee, which is Magat Arif, can we have Akila Shakifah to give seconding speeches why Magat Arif is the most qualified member to become the president? Akila, you may unmute yourself and give seconding speeches.
Okay. I I have been working with Megat in one of the contests, and I feel that he's really, as a leader, as the chairman of the contest, he was really good and really calm and encouraging the role players, for example, to do their tasks. And I think that's one of the important quality that a leader could have. So in that in based on my experience with Megat in that, that's why I seconded nomination.
Thank you so much, Akila, for your seconding speech. Now, I would like to all nominees to virtually stand up. Magat Arif, do you agree to stand for election?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so now we will need to have Magat Arif to give a campaigning speech why he's the most qualified member to become the president.
All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and especially to Brunei Speakers Club members. I've been in this club for almost 3 years, for more than 3 years, since 2019. I've seen the transformation from physical to online, and hopefully soon we'll be getting back to our physical meeting. There were a lot of ups and downs. There were a lot of challenges. There were a lot of struggles that we as club are going through. All I can say is, like life itself, nothing is easy. Everything is hard. But because of everything is hard, nothing is easy. This is why not everyone is successful. With that being said, if I were to be your president for the next upcoming term, I can't promise you a fun, easy upcoming sessions, but it will be hard. But then again, as I mentioned earlier, it's okay that everything is hard, because if everything is easy, everyone is successful. Let's go through all these challenges together, and let's taste the success as what BSC have tasted before. This is what we want to taste as well. Successful club, a distinguished and successful club. And with that being said, thank you so much. Back to our chairperson, Shahnur Nizam.
Thank you very much, Magat, for that campaigning speech. We will now ask the club secretary, Lawrence Pau, to cast a ballot with Magat Arif's name to me. Just DM me in Zoom. I am pleased to announce the president for the term 2022-2023 is Magat Arif. Congratulations, Magat Arif. Next, I will move on to the election of Vice President of Education. As VPE, you schedule member speeches and projects and serves as a resource for questions about education awards, speech contests, and the mentoring program. You are an important source of Toastmasters knowledge for club members, and it is your job to become familiar with all aspects of the Toastmasters education program. Now, I open the floor for any nomination.
Adlan would like to nominate Charles.
Adlan, nominate Charles Bach as the Vice President of Education. Who would like to second the nomination for Charles Bach? Who would like to second this nomination? Please unmute yourself and state your name. Since there is no seconding, there's no seconder, we shall remove the nomination for Charles Buck. Is there any more nomination for the VPE?
Akila, would like to nominate Ling Ling for the VPE.
Akila Shakifah nominates Lai Ling Ling as the Vice President of Education. Who would like to second the nomination of Lai Ling Ling?
I, Mugat Arif, would like to second the nominee.
Megat Arif seconds the nomination for Lai Ling Ling as the Vice President of Education. Are there any more nominations? Are there any more nominations? Since there are no more nominations, may I call for a proposal to close the nomination?
Charles, propose to close the nomination.
Charles proposed for the close of nomination. Who seconds the proposal?
Adlan seconded.
Adlan seconds the proposal to close the nomination. Now, I would like to ask the seconders to give their speeches on the qualification of the respective nominee. Megat Arif will be delivering seconding speeches to the nominee Lai Ling Ling. Megat Arif, stage is all yours.
Good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen, especially Brunei Speakers Club members. I believe that Lai Ling Ling would be the best nominee for the Vice President of Education. Number one is the first time that I joined Toastmasters back 2019, she was the person that I go to ask everything about Toastmasters, and she helped me a lot. And she's one of the person who assist me even until the day who I am today. And with her experience, with her expertise, with her knowledge in pathways, Toastmasters, Brunei, and abroad as well, I believe that she can help Brunei Speakers Club, help myself, and help the EXCO, as well as helping the new members, the current members, to assist on their pathway, their Toastmasters journey. And with that being said, thank you. Back to the chairperson.
Thank you very much, Megat Arif, for the seconding speeches. Since Ling Ling is not here, she has sent a proxy to represent her to represent her for this election, which is Lawrence Pao. Now I would like all the nominees and the proxies to stand up. So Lai Ling Ling, Lawrence Pao, on behalf of Lai Ling Ling, do you agree to stand for election?
Yes, I agree to stand.
Okay. So Lawrence, he shall be delivering the campaigning speech on behalf of Lai Ling Ling.
Thank you, Shano. I'm not Ling Ling, everybody. I don't know her thoughts, but I can just share with you that Ling Ling is actually my mentor. During this term, I have taken up quite a number of challenges, including being the secretary of the club, joining the table topics contest, evaluation contest, and international speech contest. Throughout my journey during this term, I have got a lot of support and guidance from Ling Ling. To me, she's a really great mentor, and that is why I managed to have come this far in terms of my Toastmasters journey. I'm really indebted to her, and with her dedication and expertise, I believe she will be able to help everyone in the club grow tremendously. So I believe she will do a good job. And back to you, Shano.
Thank you very much, Lawrence, for giving us the campaigning speech on behalf of Lai Lingling. We will now ask the club secretary to cast a ballot with Lai Lingling's name to me. I am pleased to announce the Vice President of Education for the term 2022-2023 is Lai Lingling. Congratulations, Lai Lingling. I hope you can hear us. For our next, we shall proceed for the next role, which is the Vice President of Membership. As the Vice President of Membership, you promote the club and manage the process of bringing in guests and transforming them into members. By initiating contacts with guests, making them feel welcome, and providing them with the information they need to join, you help maintain a constant influx of new people into your club, which is our club. You also attentively monitor membership level and strategize with the rest of the executive committee about how to overcome membership challenges when they occur. I now open the floor to any nomination for the Vice President of Membership.
I, Muhammad Arif, would like to nominate Akila Shakifa to be a nominee of the Vice President of Membership.
Magad Arif nominates Akila Shakifa as the Vice President of Membership. Who seconds the nomination? Who seconds the nomination of Akila as the Vice President of Membership?
I, Adlan, would second it.
Adlan Murshid seconds the nomination of Akila Shakifa as the VPM. Are there any more nominations for the Vice President of Membership? Are there any more nominations for the position of Vice President of Membership? Since there are no more nominations, may I call for a proposal to close the nomination?
Charles, I propose.
Charles Buck proposed to close the nomination. Who seconds the proposal?
I'm Lawrence, I second that.
Lawrence Pau seconds the proposal to close the nomination. Now, I would like to ask the seconders to give their speeches on the qualification of their respective nominees. Since we only have one nominees, can we have Adlan Murshid to give a seconding speeches for Akila Shakifa?
Hi, good afternoon. Akila Shakifa, Shakifa, she's one of the newer members of BSC, and yet she has made herself a prominent role in BSC in just within that short time span. And not only that, she managed to sneak her way into our EXCO member, just not from being a member, a regular member, to being an EXCO. And I do believe that she has done a tremendous job with her current EXCO role. And I would like to extend that from what I can see from her character and working closely with her when she was, especially when she is chairing meetings. She keep a very close relation with members, like texting one-on-one and making sure everyone is okay. And I do believe that as a vice president of membership, that is a quality that we members especially could greatly appreciate. And with that, I stand by with Akila Shakifa being the next vice president of membership. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Adlan, for the seconding speeches. We will now ask the club secretary to cast a ballot with Akila Shakifa's name.
I'm really sorry, Chairman. May I know whether you have asked whether the nominee agrees to stand?
Oh yeah, sorry. Thank you very much. Now I would like all nominees to stand up. Akila Shakifa, do you agree to stand for election? Sorry.
Yes, I do agree to stand.
Now can we have Akila to give her campaigning speech why she the most qualified to become the vice president of membership?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. As the vice president of membership, I think it's important to take care of the membership, the members, the club members itself well-being. For example, I've taken the role of the public relations, so I've been like greeting the guests and trying to attract more, but I feel that it is also important to take care of our very own members and make sure that they remain in the club just as much as we want new members to come in. Back to you, Chairman.
Thank you very much, Akila Shakifa, for your seconding speeches. Now we will ask the club secretary to cast a ballot with Akila Shakifa's name. I am pleased to announce the Vice President of Membership for the term 2022-2023 is Akila Shakifa. Congratulations, Akila Shakifa. For our next role is the Vice President of Public Relation. As the Vice President of Public Relation, you promote the club to the local community and notify the media about the club's existence and benefits it provides. You promote the club, update the web content, and safeguard the Toastmasters brand identity. It's your job to notify the media whenever your club does something newsworthy. As VBR, you'll find yourself writing news releases, creating and distributing flyers, and maintaining the club's presence at various key places on the web and in the community. You will also be expected to manage the club's social media. Now, I open the floor for any nomination for the Vice President of Public Relations.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lawrence. I would like to nominate Alia.
Lawrence Pau nominates Alia as the Vice President of Public Relations. Are there any more nominations?
I, Akila, would like to nominate Charles.
Wait, first someone need to second Alia's nomination. Sorry about it. Who seconds the nomination for Alia Inshira?
I, Adlan, would like to second it. Second Alia Inshira's nomination.
Adlan Murshid seconds the nomination of Alia Inshira. Next, are there any more nominations?
Yes, I, Akila Shakifa, would like to nominate Charles.
Akila Shakifa nominates Charles Buck as the Vice President of Public Relations. Who seconds the nomination of Charles Buck? Who seconds the nomination of Charles Buck as the Vice President of Public Relations?
Shanur, you're on mute.
Oops. Since please remove Charles Buck from the nomination, since no one seconding him. Okay. Since there are no more nominations, may I call for a proposal to close the nomination? May I call for a proposal to close the nomination?
Charles, I propose.
Okay, who seconds the proposal to close the nomination?
Lawrence.
Akila second
Yeah, I'm Lawrence. Okay.
Noted. Now, I would like to ask the seconders to give their speeches on the qualification of their respective nominees. Can we have Adlan Moshid to give seconding speeches for Alia Inshira's nomination as the Vice President of Public Relations?
Hi, good afternoon again. Seems like I'm all for woman power. Yeah, I am Alia's mentor, and I've been working closely with her as well. And given her background and her, well, she looks mature for her age. She is actually very young, and she's shown me that she's very more than capable in handling all this technology and social media, which I am severely lacking. And yeah, but Alia Inshira has the capability and the background to do well in this role. She is able to quantify all this data, as the Vice President of Public Relations before mentioned that we need to take a closer look in the data and to help better reach out to the public. And I do believe Alia Inshira does have this capability, and she would serve well, serve the club well, and also bring it to new heights. At least that's what I hope, and at least that's what I believe that she can. Thank you so much. Back to you, Shannon.
Thank you very much, Adlan, for the seconding speeches. Now, I would like all the nominees to virtually stand up. Alia Inshira, do you agree to stand for election?
Yes, I do.
Alia Inshira agreed to stand for the election. As we have one nominee, each candidate shall be given 2 minutes to speak on their behalf. We will first start with Alia Inshira.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. It's a pleasure to see you all again, and thank you for nominating me as the Vice President of Public Relations. A few months ago, I had a meeting with the VPE to discuss my goals and expectations here at BSC. The initial goal was to simply network and improve my communication skills. It was rather difficult for me to rise up to challenges after seeing so many skilled individuals here in Toastmasters in general. But the silver lining to that is that I could learn from them. Hence, I believe being the VPPR is an opportunity for me to connect with them further. Even better, this position allows me to directly communicate with international individuals as well. And as a person who holds international values and the power of relations in high regard, I believe I can execute good relations with this position and, of course, with sufficient guidance. With that, back to you, Shanner.
Thank you very much, Akila, for your campaigning speech. We will now ask the club secretary to cast a ballot with Alia's Inshira's name. I am pleased to announce the Vice President of Public Relations for the term 2022-2023 is Alia Inshira. Congratulations, Alia Inshira. Next, we shall proceed to the election of secretary. As a secretary, you maintain all club records, manage club files, handle club correspondence, and take the minutes at each club and executive committee meeting. You are also in charge of updating and distributing a roster of the current paid membership and keeping the club officer list current at the world headquarters. I now open the floor to any nomination as the secretary. Is there any nomination for the secretary?
Lawrence, I would like to nominate Charles.
Who seconds the nomination of Charles Buck? Who seconds the nomination of Charles Buck as the secretary?
I, Megat Arif, second the nomination for Charles Bob as secretary.
Megat Arif seconds the nomination of Charles Buck as the secretary. Are there any more nominations? Are there any more nominations? Since there are no more nominations, may I call for a proposal to close the nominations?
Akila, call to close the nomination.
Who seconds the proposal to close the nomination?
Lawrence, I second that.
Now, I would like to ask the seconders to give their speeches on the qualification of their respective nominees. We will start with Charles Buck's seconder, which is Megat Arif.
Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, members of Brunei Speakers Club. I was the secretary, my first role was the secretary for Brunei Speakers Club. And I believe that the best criteria or the best attitude to be a good secretary is you need to be someone who is into details. Someone is really, really into details. What I can say, Charles, as member of the Brunei Speakers Club and also a friend of mine, hi Charles. He is the kind of person who really likes a person who's into details. We can see it every time when he delivers his evaluation. He's the kind of person who likes details, doesn't like to, we sometimes you can't see what's happening, but he's the kind of person who can see is happening and he records it down and tell us what we can't see during the speech. That is him doing the evaluation. And I can see that skills that he has, he can apply as become a secretary for Brunei Speakers Club. And I hope, Charles, he can take this position because I believe that, I think everyone believes, not just me, that you are the best suitable nominee candidate for this position. And we have been waiting for you to become an EXCO members since day one. And with that being said, thank you so much. Back to the chairperson, Shahnur Nizam.
Thank you very much, Megat, for the seconding speeches. Now, I would like all the nominees to virtually stand up. Charles Buck, do you agree to stand for election?
Yes, I agree.
Charles Buck agree to stand for nomination. As we have one nominee, each candidate shall be given 2 minutes to speak on their behalf. We will first start with Charles Buck to deliver his 2-minute campaigning speech.
Okay, let's see if it lasts 2 minutes. I'm not too sure. Don't have a timer. Thank you, Megat. Very humbled by those words. Definitely big shoes to fill. I know Lawrence is very good on details and he's the current secretary. I am detail orientated, I think, depends. So I just hope I can try my best and do all the paperwork, should we say, and make sure it's up to date, etc. So I have been a secretary for different positions before, but I haven't been a secretary for Toastmasters. So I'll have to just maybe shadow Lawrence for a while and figure it all out. But I do hope to maintain the records, keep everything up to date, and ensure or help the club to run smoothly. In particular, the EXCO, who would have meetings or extraordinary meetings, and just keep everyone up to date and just make sure everything's in check. I will do my best, hopefully not let anyone down, particularly Megat will be watching me, I know. But thank you very much for the confidence, and I really hope to do the best I can. Thank you, Shana.
Thank you very much, Charles, for your campaigning speech. We will now ask the club secretary to cast a ballot with Charles Buck's name. I am pleased to announce the secretary for the term 2022-2023 is Charles Buck. Now we shall proceed to the role of a treasurer. As the treasurer, you are the club's accountant. You manage the club's bank account, writing checks as approved by the executive committee and depositing dues and other club's revenues. You are also in charge of submitting memberships renewal due to world headquarters, accompanied by the names of renewing members, filling necessary tax document and keeping timely, accurate, up-to-date financial records for the club. Though the treasurer's duties are usually not the most demanding of all the club's leadership position, the consequences for the members can be serious when they are not completed accurately and on time. I now open the floor for any nomination for the role of treasurer. Is there any nomination? I repeat, is there any nomination for the role of treasurer for the term 2022-2023? Ellen, in this case, if there is no nomination, how do we proceed in this situation?
For treasurer, you mean?
Yeah. I mean, for any role, if there is no nomination for any role.
If everyone agrees to move on, then you can come back to it later.
So everyone should maybe cast their vote whether to move on or not, or we
Yep.
just okay. So every member of Brunei Speakers Club, we will, as of now, since there is no nomination for the role of treasurer, I would like to move on to the next role, Sergeant at Arms. If you agree, please DM me that you agree to move on to Sergeant at Arms first, then we shall go back to treasurer. Brunei Speakers Club members. So far, I have 2, 3. We need to have the majority of the members here to agree to move on. Just send me a message that you agree to continue to the next role. Okay, so I've received around 5 votes to move on to the Sergeant at Arms first. Then we shall go back to the treasurer role. As the Sergeant at Arms, you keep track of the club's physical property, such as the banner, lectern, timing device, and other meetings material. You arrive early to prepare the meeting place for members, and you stay late to stow all of the club's equipment. You are also in charge of the meeting's place itself, obtaining unused space when necessary, and maintaining contact with the people who allow you to use the space for your club meetings. The Sergeant at Arms also has a role to play during business meeting, speech contests, and other special club event. I now open the floor to any nomination.
I, Adlan, would like to nominate Shang Yi.
Adlan Murshid nominate Kok Sheng Yi as the Sergeant at Arms. Who seconds the nomination of Kok Sheng Yi? Who seconds the nomination of Kok Sheng Yi?
I'm Lawrence. I would like to second that.
Lawrence Pao seconded the nomination of Kok Sheng Yi. Are there any more nomination for the Sergeant at Arms? Are there any more nomination for Sergeant at Arms? Since there are no more nominations, may I call for a proposal to close the nominations?
Charles, I propose.
Charles proposed the closing. Who seconds the proposal?
Akila second that.
Akila Shakifa seconds the proposal to close the nomination. Now, I would like to ask the seconders to give their speeches on the qualification of their respective nominees, which is, we only have Sheng Yi. Can we have Lawrence Pao to give the seconding speeches?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone again. Sheng Yi is actually our newest member in Brunei Speakers Club. However, I was his icebreaker evaluator previously. He seems to be very, very diligent, conscientious, and meticulous as well. Because after the icebreaker speech, he actually asked for an evaluation form from me, and he actually looked through the evaluation form very carefully as well. Similarly, his mentor is also Ling Ling, and I'm confident that with the guidance from Ling Ling and the sample SAA script from me and Atlan, he will be able to do a good job. So, fellow members, I hope you will give him the support, and he will definitely be an excellent SAA for next term. Thank you very much. Back to you, Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Lawrence, for the seconding speeches. As we have now, I would like all the nominees to stand up. Kok Xing Yi, which is represented by Adil Murshid. Do you agree to stand for election?
I, on behalf of Shang Yi, agree.
Thank you. As we have one nominee, each candidate shall be given 2 minutes to speak on their behalf, and we will start first with Kok Xing Yi, represented by Adlan Murshid.
Good afternoon again, everyone. I've spoken with Shang Yi, and he is very excited to try on new roles, and especially any role as an exco, because he does strongly believe in the message of Toastmaster, and he would like to, as much as he can, benefit from that and also contribute to that same cause. He does have very big shoes to fill. I'm sorry, I just need to toot that horn a little. But I do believe that he is more than capable to fill in that role. I just hope that as the Sergeant at Arms, he will be the face that you will see first in every meetings. And I do hope that you will see Shang Yi for who he is and not the shadow of the former Sergeant at Arms, as big of a shadow that is. I'm sorry, just had to. But yeah, Shang Yi does bring his own charm to the table. Usually have all this energy from me. So it's time to reel back and get a calmer, more mature tone from Shang Yi. And I do believe that he is very, very capable in doing that. With that, I'll pass it back to you, Shanor. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the campaigning speech as the representative of Sheng Yi, Adlan Murshid. We will now ask the club secretary to cast a ballot with Kok Sheng Yi's name. I am pleased to announce the Sergeant at Arms for the term 2022-2023 is Kok Sheng Yi. Since we already have the Sergeant at Arms, now we shall move back to the previous exco role that we skipped, which is the Treasurer. Now I open the floor again for the nomination of the Treasurer. Are there any nomination for the role of Treasurer? Are there any nomination for the role treasurer? So Ellen, how do we deal in this situation? Ellen? Let me text Ellen first. Since there is no nomination for the treasurer, I would like to propose to all to the Brunei Speakers Club members here in today's meeting for us to postpone the election of treasurer, and we shall try to get nomination for treasurer in the next future in the extra general meeting. For those who agree for the election for in the following meeting, please cast your vote to our ballot counter, Sofia Nachua, if you agree. If you disagree, please do so. Please cast your vote whether to agree or disagree to move on and to postpone the election of treasurer to Sofiana Chua. If we have if we have the majority who says agree, then we shall postpone the election. In 1 minute. So far, we have 6 members agreed to postpone the election. So it's more than half of the members of Brunei Speakers Club who attend to today's meeting. So we shall postpone the election of treasurer, and we'll postpone the treasurer in the subsequent meeting as extra general meeting. Next, we shall proceed to the election of auditors. For the club auditors, we need to run off the list of so far. I believe for the auditors, for anyone who qualified to become the auditor, they must not be the exco the previous term, which is the current term exco members, and the following term exco members. So far in this meeting room, I don't think we have anyone who is not the exco and who will not be the exco. So as per advice by Alan, Brunei Speakers Club shall seek auditors from other clubs. We will not going to have an auditors within this club, so we shall seek for auditors in the outside club. If the members agree with this approach, please cast your vote to Sofiana Chua. If you agree for us to seek for auditors in external club, please say agree to Sofiana. just send her a message. Sofiana, how many people agreed to postpone the election of auditors? Six agreed to postpone the election of auditor. Thank you, Dr. Sofiana. Since as agreed by the fellow members, we shall postpone the election of the treasurer and the auditors in this current annual general meeting, and we shall address this election again somewhere in the future. Congratulations to the new executive committee for the term 2022-2023, who will take office starting 1st of July 2022. If anyone would like to audit the votes after the meeting, the ballots are with me. I will screenshot the ballot. Now, I would like to invite the president-elect to give his inaugural speech. Magat Arif, please give your inaugural speech.
Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, members of Brunei Toastmasters, and especially members of Brunei Speakers Club. First of all, I would like to congratulate and huge gratitude to our upcoming Vice President of Education, Ai Ding Ding, Vice President of Membership, Akilah Shakifah, Vice President of Public Relations, Alia Inshira, our Secretary, Charles Buck, and Sergeant at Arms, Kok Sheng Yi. Congratulations for taking up and agreeing to taking up the roles for EXCO roles. I have nothing much to say for now, but I will have to repeat the things that I mentioned earlier. So to the EXCO roles, now you know who you are. To the current Brunei Speakers Club members, it will not be an easy journey for us. I can assure you that it will be hard, it will be tough, we will struggle. But because of these struggles and toughness that we will go through, we will strive for success. Because nothing in life is easy. If everything in life is easy, then everyone is successful. Let us take that step together, not just the EXCO, but everyone in Brunei Speakers Club. Let us take that step together and hopefully making our club, Brunei Speakers Club, something, a club that people will remember, a club that people will come again and again to gain knowledge, to gain experience, and to broaden their perspective. And with that being said, thank you again for the EXCO members, past EXCO members. Thank you again for coming in for the AGM today. Thank you as well for members from other clubs for supporting Brunei Speakers Club. We really appreciate your attendance, your presence here for supporting us. And with that being said, thank you so much. Again, back to the chairperson, Shahnur Nizam.
Thank you very much for the philosophical inaugural speech, Magat Arif. Indeed, life is hard. I wish it could be getting easier, but life is a challenge. Thank you very much for that speech. Next, before we close the meeting, we would like to present awards to two members who the members deem to be the most improved and also the outstanding members. So the methodology for us to pick the most improved and also outstanding members are I ask for each of the current active members for which of the members in the current roster who they think most improved and outstanding, and I count the ballot, and I got the result today. So I will start off with the most improved member. this person delivered a lot of speeches in the short span they have become a member. They are also highly participative in various area E3 activities, volunteering as role players in contests. For example, this person had become the contest toastmaster in one of the contests. What is even more impressive is that this person quickly became one of the excos and over-delivered when it comes to performing their duties, and we exco members are highly impressed with the quality of work this person has delivered to the club. Now, I would like to present, let me share my screen first. I would like to present the most improved member for Brunei Speakers Club for the term 2021-2022 to Akila Shakifa. Congratulations, Akila Shakifa, for being the most improved member. Maybe Akila, would you like to share with us your thought and your experience so far in Brunei Speakers Club?
Good afternoon again, everyone. Thank you for this for nominating me, and thank you for the award. I think that overall my experience in the UBSC has been really good, and even in Toastmaster in Brunei as well. I've enjoyed visiting other clubs. Too bad I couldn't enjoy UBD as much because I have other classes in the evening. But nevertheless, it has been a joyful ride and a good learning experience for me personally. So I'm looking forward to the next term. Absolutely. Thank you.
I'm
Thank
sorry
you
to
very
interrupt. Before you move on, can I just take a picture of the cert as well as
Yeah, sure.
Akila?
Let me share my screen again. And Akila.
Hi, Akila, are you ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let me check. Yes, I got it. Thank you, Akila. Congratulations.
Thank you, Lawrence, and congratulations, Akila, for winning the most improved member of Brunei Speakers Club. Now, for the most outstanding member, this person, in my opinion, is one of the key people in Brunei Speakers Club that breathe life to our club every week, every meeting. This person managed to upgrade their pathway level from 2 to 3 in short period of time. At the same time, this person able to deliver their duty with the highest quality. In my opinion, the quality that this person has delivered is so far the highest that I have seen for the past 4 years. I 4 years in my Toastmaster journey, even surpassed me. On top of that, this person regularly attend meeting, and whenever they would deliver a speech, the quality of this person's speech are always outstanding. They are sometimes hilarious. For sure, a lot of members and guests enjoyed the speeches that this member has ever delivered. Now, I would like to present the award of the outstanding member of Brunei Speakers Club for the term 2021-2022 to our Sergeant at Arms, Adlan Murshid, everyone. Congratulations, Adlan Murshid, for being the outstanding member of Brunei Speakers Club for the term 2021-2022. Now, can we have Adlan Murshid to share his thought or experience in Brunei Speakers Club?
Well, this is quite a shock. This is the first time I'm taken aback, tongue-tied, loss of words. Let's start with what you usually do, start with a joke. I did not realize that short course with repass on giving life helps in giving life to Brunei Speakers Club. That was a bad joke, but now I'm back. Well, thank you so much to everyone for believing in me. I do appreciate that the effort was noticed, and I am more humbled that I got this because in Brunei Speakers Club, there's like really big shoes. There's giants. There's great individuals in this club. And I wasn't expecting this. But I'm not one to shy away from it. So thank you so much, everyone, one more time. I do appreciate this. With that, back to you, Shannon.
Thank you very much, Adlan, for
Can
that
we take a
speech.
picture of him and the
Sure, sure.
certificate?
It's not always we see him shy.
All right. Adlan, are you ready?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3. Okay, let me check. Yes, I got it. Thank you so much and congratulations.
Congratulations, Adlan, for being the outstanding members of Brunei Speakers Club for the term 2021-2022. Your effort never goes unnoticed. Next is the closing remark. I forgot about the closing remark. Okay, so it has been a while. I'm going to share my experience as the president. I'm going to take this opportunity to share. So for the past almost 1 year as the president, I didn't really expect the challenge that has been, I would say, fall upon me. When previously, when I was the VPE, there were a lot of members who suggested me to become the president. It's easy to be the president. It's much harder to. It's much harder. VPE, your job as VPE is much harder than the president. You can do this. It's fine. But then, as I took the helm as the president, boy, did I meet a lot of challenge. And I'm really glad that I did encounter such challenge because it really, in a way, motivate me to push myself further in terms of taking leadership role. And I've never had the opportunity to display my leadership skills so far. Previously, as the VPE, as the SA, now as the person who's taking the role as the president, I definitely see how demanding it is to become the president. Usually, I am always this go-to happy-go-lucky types of person who just sure whatever as the member in Brunei Speakers Club. But as the president, you wouldn't be able to have such attitude. You really need to be assertive, and you really need to have a high goal for you to lead such club. And for that, I really believe Magat is also the most suitable person to taking on the helm to become the president, because I've also been working with him for the past 2 years, and I know the quality of work that he has given is amazing. So fellow members, you pick the right choice as the next term president, and I believe all of us, Brunei Speaker Club, are in a good care, in a good hand, but from the president Magat Arif. Now I don't have anything to say, and I would like to call this meeting adjourned, and see you guys the following weeks. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.